CSS battle time. Let's get this done. Fascinating. Okay. I am looking at this, and we have this down here. Could be... I see a lower element and an upper element. And this cross section could be a conic gradient. That works pretty well for that. The other way to do it would be, this is just a dark color. And then I do these little fingers coming up as a separate element and just do them by themselves. That's the easiest way to go about this. Because this could also be a conic gradient and then a radial gradient. You know, and the circles would just be hidden underneath this lighter bar, because it'd be, we'd just do a line of them. We'd make the vertical separation big enough that, that it'd be hidden. And so this darker square would be the body, and then the rest would be the HTML. Because I could do a box shadow inset or whatever for this right here, and that'd be fine. I think I'd have to write two separate gradients. I don't know, especially at this time of night, how to make it just one, even if I use a repeating conic gradient and change the sizing. I think it'd be just better to write a separate gradient. Do I want to do that right now, though? Another possibility. What's another possibility? Another possibility would be to have a series of box shadows. Like, this is just one element. Like, this is just the dark background, and then we take this element and we shrink it down, and I feel like we could drop and just shove the box shadows off to each corner, right? And then for the internal, you know, these this could just be another element, and I could box reflect it. Seems excessive. Or I could have two elements in there and just rotate one. You know what, this could be that conic and radial gradient, and then just do box shadows to make the rest. Saves me from writing a whole nother conic gradient. I still need to do a background. Yeah, you know what, I kind of like that. I kind of like that solution. Right now, writing and styling two separate conic gradients and then a radial gradient seems like a lot. So just doing one real element being the styling for everything else sounds pretty nice. Sounds simple. So let's get into the body. Let's hit our margin to shape it. Actually, first, let's put a different background on it. Let's make it the light background so we can see it. There we go. We're going to do 0 on the top. And let's hit margin and then do like 50. Oops. Let's get our cursor back in here. 50 on the sides. There we go. What, 80 on the... 100 on the bottom. Okay. So our body's shaped proper like. We are going to make the color. I'm going to do this just right now while I'm thinking of it, because we'll do 4 different box shadows. to make these 4 light patches. I'm hoping, let's test it. Let's see if we're gonna go, let's do the positive one first, like 50 to the right, and say, oh, where did I put, oh, I need to raise this more. What is it? We're at 200, we need to be at 150, so it's 150. There we go, that's better. So 50 pixels and 50 pixels down. There we go. The color's right. Just the sizing. So we need to shrink it. How much is this? 50 to 100. So shrink it by 50 pixels. Let's see. 0, -50. Alright. So we'll have to move it over 100 down. There we go. And can we get it over enough? Oh, we can. Wait, what size is this? Is it only that thick? Let's move it down a little bit more. Oh. That's too small. Let's shrink it less. 20? Okay. Oh, because you know what? It's changing it from both sides. So it's going to be 25 instead of 50 to get our sizing right. Alright, then 100, 80, 70, 5. Okay. And 140, 150. Okay. So that works. That does work. And the upper one I don't even care about. It won't be a problem. So when we get our background fit, that'll look right. Okay, so then we'll do -150 pixels. Hopefully I can change this to a different unit of measurement because these pixels are real. You know, they're it's just a lot of characters just for what it is. And then we can move it up. Oh, you know what? It needs to be negative. Yep, yep. -150, -75 with the shrink. And then we can do, I don't know, 150. And then, you know, if we change this to 160, I can use VW on it. I wonder if that still works. We'll see. That's going to be too far. That doesn't work. That doesn't work. I was thinking of the wrong axis. Let's leave that alone. Yeah, the upper ones won't matter. I can do 160 on the upper ones. It makes the math real easy. That does need to be positive. Let's get another box shadow on the board here. Okay, there we go. We are going to go up -50 pixels, -100. There we go. Yeah, that's exactly where I want it. And then we can do the same. -160 pixels, -100 pixels. Okay. So these we can turn into 525 VW. Right? And 168 times 5 is 40 VW. That feels a little bit better. Alright, 100 pixels. Can I do percents on these? No, I can't. That's right, because it's on the body. On the HTML element, you can do it a lot of times because the size. The percent is based off of the size. 25 VW. Okay. 40 VW. There we go. And then here, 150 pixels. Now, if I use VH, that should be 50 VH, right? Seems okay. And it's a slight improvement, a little bit better. Okay. And then we have the 75 and the 25. Not sure what those would turn out to be. Let's not worry about it. Oh, did I start my timer? I didn't start my timer. I forgot again. Like 10 minutes in. And as always, I'm going to put in the description whether I actually pull this off or not. You know? Okay, our box shadows are all done. I usually don't start with the, like, I probably should have started with this background here, but we started that way. So conic, gradient, let's do I need a repeating? No, I can just do a conic gradient. And let's see, we're going to start at the 0 degrees, which is 12 o'clock, right? So we're looking at this. I'm imagining it like right here. We're going to do that dark gray for 75 degrees, and then we'll finish up coming around with the light. So we do this, hit that, we do 75%. We don't have to say degrees, we can say 75% because that's 3/4 as well. However you describe 3/4 turn is fine. And then we can do this. We don't have to say anything other than 0 because it knows we're going to 100%. Like, that's all you have to say on this. So let's position this and then size it. I'm going to use the at rule to do this. 50%, 30 pixels. Nope. 60%. Ooh, 65, 66, 67. I don't like. Let's do pixels and let's do. There we go. I like that better. We don't want 50%. That's clearly too much. 40. Let's do pixels here too, just for good measure, and then we'll figure it out. No. Also 100. Okay, 100 pixels. I wonder what the overall width of this is. It is 50 to 350. So 300 pixels. 100 is 1/3, so it'd be like 33%. I don't think that's going to be accurate enough. All right. So that's where I want that bottom corner to be. Now if I size it, will that bring the top down? I think so. This is position. And then our size. Let's say 50 pixels. What is it doing now? Okay, that's not. Let's go 150. All right. That's our width size. That's not what we really want. We do want that. We want it to be like something like that. Okay. Oh, that looks really good. Let's get our vertical sizing. Okay, too much. 150. Not enough. 75. I think I might actually need second 0. No, I think I need to use that positioning instead of the at positioning. I need it to be sized so that it keeps repeating. So what is this? This is 49 to 150, so it's 100 pixels is what I want the full height to be. So let's go ahead and do that. I think that sizing is proper. I just need to change this. 50. Okay, that's 100, definitely. 50. Okay, that's an inverse of what I want. Okay, not 0, 10, 20, 30. Okay. 40, 50, 60. Why am I struggling with this right now? I might scrap this. Just make it the dark background and add a P element in here and box reflect it. Alright, let's scrap the at rule. I think that's actually messing me up at the moment. Let's get this. Wow. So it's not helping me. Let's go 50. I think this was 100 pixels. It's good. Oh, interesting. I didn't change anything there. $100. Okay, let's get a vertical. Oh, okay, there we are. All right, that's much more of what I wanted. Yeah, that's what I thought. 150. It had looped all the way around. We don't need a 150. We just need a 50. This position 0. Good. And then we can increase this. There we go. I think that got it in place. Yes, it did. Okay. So, and I think this is all in thirds, so I'm not going to do percentage. We can just do more of the 25 EW and such. 50 EW. And then 50 pixels. What is that? Does 50 translate? 50 goes in there 6 times. 1/6. I don't know what that is. Okay, never mind. Yeah, that's gonna be something weird. All right, let's move on from changing values. We need to stack another radial gradient on here and get it sized, and that is not going to be fun. We are doing 1Q. I think it can be on top or on bottom. I think it needs to be on top, so I'm probably putting this in the wrong spot. So let's just, right now it should show up in center, if it's going to show up at all. 20 pixels. And then we're going to do transparent, right? We don't really need anything else coming through. Yeah, it's underneath. So let's hit Control X. Oops. Come on. Just, there we go. Just place the cursor. That's all I gotta need you to do. Okay. What'd I break? Oh, I see. I don't know how it is highlighting this. I just want my cursor right there. I don't want to actually highlight conic gradient and replace it. That's all I need. Okay, so it's going to be 25 is the radius on this first thing. There we go. Now we can position it, and I think moving it over right here is going to be the move, and then sizing it. Let's go 50 pixels. Right? Okay. Let's hit a slash. Let's size it. 150. Nope. 50. Hey, there we go. So it's, I think it needs to be 100. That was easy. My goodness. Okay, let's hit submit before I do anything else. I'm worried, that there might be 100%. Cool. It's like code compiling the first time. I kind of optimized things already, so I'm gonna... Okay, just don't look a gift horse in the mouth. Call it a day. Cool, that was fun. I don't know if these box shadows were a good idea. If I had more patience, I would have just done another conic gradient. But yesterday's, I forget their username, but they pointed out that there's like a mixing in a box shadow solution with the gradient solution that I had was actually fewer characters. See, can I? No, I can't. Not on box shadows. And so that, and it was fewer characters, so that was kind of a cool thing to see. But you know what? You can, when it's a 0, back up a minus to it. So there we go. Another character save, 244. That's not too bad. But would this many box shadows be less than another conic gradient like this? It looks like you look at this highlighted right. Oh, my mouse quit working. Okay. It's a RAM issue on this laptop. I need to upgrade it. And I, haven't. It looks like a No. I didn't highlight. I did not highlight. Okay. Again, the trackpad gets weird when it's low on resources. I need to go open up the administrator and shut down some things, like OneDrive, of all things, eats up RAM. Alright. Good enough. Call it a night. Thanks. Bye.